You can feel the officer's frustration right away. He's done with excuses, and the threat of jail for burglary sets the stage for a messy, high-stakes confrontation.
Because we're talking borderline burglary right now. You can go to jail for the weed, you can go to jail for the burglary. I'm sick of...
This landlord's story is wild. Skirts, meth houses, open doors. It's chaotic, almost absurd, but you sense their desperation to justify their actions. The tenant's life seems like a total unraveling.
Okay.
And he was next door in a skirt in this guy's truck. And burned his truck, got Grand Theft Auto, all kinds of stuff. Now he's back to get his stuff.
That she's picking him up and
he left my door open for 4 days with the AC running, refrigerator door open, because he got taken off to jail. Now he's come back to get his stuff. The door was open for 4 days before we even noticed anything. He's got people up here at this meth house up here come and visit him every 2 seconds. The cop was here. One came up to the door while we were here with the cop, looking for him. We thought he was dead or something. So we find out that he got busted over here at this guy's house in a skirt.
Okay.
Smoking meth. Or whatever he was doing.
Okay.
And now he's coming to get his stuff. And he's wondering why we're...
But I'm just making sure that he's not taking our stuff as well.
All right, so you bought it for him.
I bought it for the trailer for when he first...
For the trailer.
Okay. And is that in your lease paperwork?
We don't have a
There's no lease.
Okay. Do you see where we're running the problem now?
No.
You don't? Where he's saying that it's his TV, and you're telling me that it's your TV that's furnished with the trailer as part of the rental? The point of the lease to show that you furnished such appliances to the trailer before he arrived, so that way... Okay. But he's also telling me he paid for it. Paid you back for it.
He didn't pay for it.
Okay. So, are you aware of the landlord-tenant laws of the state of Florida? So you're renting out trailers and you're not aware of what the tenant rights are?
It's on Pan's got the tenant, the rights.
All right, you're also the owner though, right?
Well, now I am. We just did that.
So you're renting out property and you're not...
Here's where it gets real. The officer lays down the law, literally. You can see the landlords panic as they realize they might have crossed a legal line. It's a moment of reckoning, and you can't help but wonder how they didn't see this coming.
Do you know what an eviction is?
Yeah.
Where you go to the court and you remove somebody from your property. That's how somebody gets kicked out. We serve that paperwork. We have not served an eviction. He has rights to the property until that eviction is served. Okay? I advise that you look up Florida tenant rights, where you can't just go inside of trailers or inside of rental properties unannounced without notice. Because you know what that turns into?
He always said that I was more than welcome to come in.
Who did?
He did.
When did he say that?
He always said that.
When he was in jail?
No, before then.
So what does tenant rights say? That you will provide how long a notice?
24 hours.
For an emergency, right?
And he had COVID.
Okay, that makes no difference to me. So you cannot just go opening doors and going through people's stuff and moving it around and putting it in boxes because you're helping them without their express permission. Because we're talking borderline burglary right now, where you unlawfully entered a premise and moved and deprived people of their property. So where's the TV at? Because I'm going through all the cameras right now.
The little TV?
Yes, the one that I had the serial numbers for, that one.
Okay. You can go get it.
Where's it at?
It's at his garage.
In Daytona?
Yeah.
All right.
Wants to go get it?
You know, it's an enhancement if you travel from another county to commit a burglary. So if you guys live in Daytona and you travel to Flagler County to commit a burglary, that's an enhancement. He said that he agreed that the one that you paid for with the credit card, that's your property. Although you're not supposed to go into the house without the notice, etc. That's a gray area. But the 50-inch, that's his.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's his property. Let me see how he wants it returned, okay? Okay. Here's your ID. It's twice.
Oh.
Alright, so here's the thing. I'm not taking you to jail right now. Alright, you would be going to jail for a second-degree felony because it's enhanced, like I told you. Burglary is a felony, a third degree, etc., and it's an enhancement because you traveled from one county to another county and committed such burglary. What I'm going to do with it, I've conferred with my supervisors to make sure that everybody's on board with it. I'll submit the charges to the state attorney and they can decide how they want to handle it from there. Alright? So basically option 1 is you go to jail right now for it, or option 2 is I submit on it, the state attorney decides what they want to do with it, and they'll mail you and get in contact with you guys and figure out what.
This is the moment everything changes. The officer's giving them a choice. Jail now, or let the state decide. You can almost feel the landlord's heart sink, knowing they're in deep. It's not just about a TV, it's about trust, boundaries, and consequences. You can't look away from the weight of that decision.
He's going to think about all that and whatnot, alright? You can go to jail for the weed, you can go to jail for the burglary, alright? I'm sick of the lies that I've gotten all day today. Alright, first you don't know about a TV, then you own the TVs, then you only own half the TVs, then I'm tired of it, alright? I don't have all day for it.
I apologize.
It's
I
been
get
stressful.
really upset. I helped him out and this all just
We
went
thought he
down.
was dead. We came up here to see if he was okay. Called his daughter up north.
And
Got
then
the
it all
cops over
spiraled
here.
out to this.
Okay. But when I asked you about the TVs earlier and you say, I don't know about the TVs, and then all of a sudden I know about the TVs, but they're both my TVs. And then one of the TVs is mine, but the other one's not mine. It wastes my time, all right? I have to serve the entire barrier island from Marineland to Flagler Beach PD. They're all my responsibility because there's no other cops over here. So when I sit here dealing with lies all day, it makes me upset, okay?
Finally, some resolution, but it's bittersweet. The tenant gets their stuff back, but the officer's warning lingers. Ignorance isn't an excuse. You're left wondering if the landlord learned their lesson or if this cycle of chaos will just keep going.
If they take you to jail right now, I'm not going to do that, all right? I'll submit it.
I have an autistic
But I
daughter.
mean, he says he's got everything he needs. We're not.
He says he doesn't care about the $70 that's missing. The $40 Fire Stick was with it. The TV he's got back. And then the other TV that was reported missing has been determined by him and you that you actually paid for that one and that is your TV, so I'm not going to charge you with taking your own TV, obviously. So I don't have any other reported items at this time. The food's kind of a wash. He says he doesn't care about the food. He says the door was closed. You say it was open. I don't know. That's kind of...
You can tell you the door was open.
Yeah, that's good.
That's kind of a exigency thing that if you have rotting food that it's going to cause critters and infestations into your house,
Oh my God.
I can work with that.
Roaches in the refrigerator.
All right? But simply entering a house that you're renting out because the AC's on and the door and it's venting into the air, that's a bill. That's not an exigency. Exigency is you got broken pipes, you have structural damage, you have leaking gas, you have stoves that are burning uncontrollably.
He did let us know the laws.
And if you're going to be renting, you need to be aware what your tenant laws are and what your rights